Hello everyone, my name is Andrew. Those of you watching this video, you more than likely do not know who I am because I'm not very widely known socially wise. I don't have a huge following or anything of that nature. This is not something that I'm really big with. My thing is I want to help people. That's a huge part of who I am is just helping people. So with that being said, this video is going to consist of some questions, and even me myself, I'm going to answer those questions so that you can get to know me a little bit. Now, first, before I dive into those questions, I'm going to let you know I am 24 years old. I've been transitioning for about 3.5 years. I do identify as transmasculine and I use he and his pronouns. That is a huge thing for me. Now, all of that being said, these questions, they're not made to trigger any emotions out of anyone or make anyone feel badly about themselves or anything of that nature. What it is I am trying to basically do a survey and figure out numbers for what's needed to try and better different aspects of life for our community. I want to eventually create a business, so these numbers will help a lot. It's going to help bring our community together more. It's going to help us feel like we actually belong, and it's going to help us feel like we can be ourselves. That's what I'm hoping, at least. So with that being said, if you can, answer these questions. These questions that I'm going to ask are also going to be down below in the caption little area so that you can know exactly what the question is that's being asked. In case you didn't hear it or you don't want to rewind, you can just look down. You're good to go. Because I'm not very socially known, I have a few different friends that I'm going to ask to share this video, and hopefully because they are socially known and they're sharing this video, you'll feel like you can trust me a little bit more just because there's so many follow, so many look up to, and we can get this ball rolling. So, my very first question, it is, for some people it may be triggering. I'm not sure if it is or not. I hope it's not, and if it is, I do apologize. However, this question is for the transgender and gender non-conforming community specifically. Do any of you still go to the gym while wearing a binder or tucking? I ask that because it is incredibly dangerous to do. However, I know how it feels to try and go anywhere without wearing one. I can't. And for that reason, a lot of times I am in and out of the gym. I'll go for several weeks, maybe a couple months, and the next thing you know, I'm out of it again. One, because wearing this, doing it, working out, as much as it helps me emotionally and makes me feel like I do pass better, it does cause me a lot of pain after a little while to be working out in it. That's why it's so dangerous. However, I also feel like it's even more dangerous, almost, to go without. I mean, I live in Orlando, and from what I understand, it's more accepting here than where I'm from. However, it's still stuck in my head. I've dealt with too much in the past that's made me feel like I've got to do everything in my power to make sure that I pass. So that is a huge question. It's yes or no. Basically, if you want to add anything else to your answer, like just give a detailed answer, go right ahead. I don't mind. I'm all ears. My next question. It's really going to be for just about anyone within the LGBT community. There is a very small part of it that's going to possibly gear a little bit more towards the transgender and non-conforming community. However, it is for everyone. I've known for a very long time that I was transgender. Took me it took a while for me to actually truly process it, however, and to become okay with it. To become okay with the possibility of losing so many people in my life that mean the absolute world to me. I think that's probably one of the hardest parts for a transgender gender non-conforming person is the possibility of losing people. That fear. That was a huge thing for me, so I can imagine if it was for someone else as well. That being said, when I first came out, um, it wasn't with the wording in it exactly of, yeah, I'm transgender. It was more of, since I was in seventh grade or so, my brother outed me saying that I was into girls. And everyone was like, well, maybe you're bi, maybe you're a lesbian or whatever. And I never could really confirm what I was. I've never really been big into labels, and I guess one of those reasons is because those labels just didn't really fit me. I wasn't into guys, and but lesbian just didn't really seem to fit either, you know. So I've just never been into it. Um, Later down the line, probably 19 years old, I ended up cutting my hair really short. I mean, this is shorter than what it was at that point, but you understand what I mean. Changed my clothing, everything, and my parents freaked. From what I was told from a young age, when I did first come out, was outed by my little brother, was don't ever act like a guy, don't ever dress like a guy. It's the first thing out. Didn't matter if I was a lesbian or whatever, it was do not act like this. So it stuck in my head for God knows how long. So that was basically my way of subtly taking that step into coming out and to being who I am at this point, to being truly myself. Months later, my brother outed me again, telling my family that I was transgender. It has been a roller coaster for sure. But what I'm getting at with all of that information is the fact that when I first just cut my hair and changed my clothes, it was incredibly nerve-wracking just to go into stores to get the clothes. Thankfully, one of my absolute best friends, she's still one of my best friends to this day, she went with me to help me through it and to be like, you look good. This is going to fit you. And she had a little bit of sass in her tone, so I'm not just exaggerating that. That's just who she is. It helped, though. To have someone there, it helped. But it didn't take away that anxiety of what are people thinking? Will they possibly do something to me? Will someone hurt me? Because at the time I was living in a really tiny country, very Christian church area. I'm talking this place has 60 plus churches there, and if you're not religious, then you're just bye. Now, that's not to say that I'm not religious. I do believe in God, so don't take it as I don't. I haven't found a church I want to go to yet. It's very hard to make sure you find one that's truly Christian, that truly goes by the Bible and what it says and doesn't just pick whatever they want, you know? So, there's my stance on that. However, going forward, another thing for me, even before coming out as transgender and just looking like a butch lesbian, was when I actually did come out. It's whenever I was on testosterone, I had facial hair coming in, I looked more masculine, and out of nowhere, I had to come off of it. Financial reasons, it just happened, and because of that, Shark Week, it sucked when it came back. I did not have it in me to go and get tampons or anything. I really didn't. I couldn't. I physically couldn't. It just ate me up alive and made me sick. So instead, I had to find different friends that would do it for me, that I trusted enough that I was at least kind of comfortable. And even then, even the ones that I was most comfortable with talking to about things, my stomach ate at me. Just my insides, it was hard. So this question is for those lesbians or even gay guys that dress more feminine, or the women that dress more masculine. Did you have a fear whatsoever of going shopping for the first time for masculine clothes or for feminine clothes? Um, why? Uh, do you think that there's anything that could be done that could help with that? Um, and then, of course, for the transgender and non-binary community, part of our community, was it just as bad for you? Was it just as nerve-wracking to get your hair cut or to grow your hair out longer, even though you didn't quote-unquote look like the normal gender of that gender should? Is it hard, or was it hard for you to have to go and get those Shark Week products? For those of you that are unable to transition through hormones for medical reasons, so you still have that going on, is it difficult for you? Is it hard? Is it a huge part of your anxiety and depression hits? These are things that I really need to know. As I said, like I said, it's gonna help wonders in what I'm trying to accomplish for us. The next question. And this is for everybody. If you could change something about locker rooms, whether it's at your job or it's at a gym, just anywhere, if you could change how locker rooms are put together, would you? And how would you? The way that I see it, the way I want to do it, or at least I envision it, is you walk in here and there's not a part that says men. There's not a part that says feminine or female. It's just either you identify masculinity or feminine. But even then, there's still no closed off gap. You just go in there, and if you want to take a shower or you want to get dressed, but you're just not comfortable with other people seeing you, you're going to have a locked area. Completely lock that door. You're able to take a shower, go over a little other part, and it's not going to be wet in this area, so you can get dressed there as well, and you're still going to be locked in this room. No one can see you. Now, for those that that don't really mind getting dressed in front of everyone, there's still going to be locked showers. None of that curtain pulling. I don't believe in it. For me, even if I were to have every single surgery, I would not be comfortable with that. Just because people can be assholes. It's the best way I can really put that out there. And I am sorry for those of you that don't like cursing. Another reason why I have a hard time going into the gym is because a lot of times it's either best for me to go as soon as I get up in the morning before going to work or right after work. But what if you have plans right after work and you need to take a shower before you go and do that? I took a shower one time at a gym. My anxiety went through the roof. I was shaking. I felt like even though I had just gotten out of the shower, I felt like I was just sweating so much because I was just so nervous, so scared. And my mind just kept going back and forth. What happens if someone just decides to be an asshole? Here, let me open the shower curtain, and they see. I don't have top surgery. I'm sure you can tell, unfortunately. I am working on it. But I also don't have bottom surgery. So even whenever I do go to get top surgery, that curtain, I'm still not going to be comfortable with it. Even though I look more masculine from here up, there's still this area that just doesn't. There's not a true prosthetic out there so far that helps with that. I have one, but it still does not look like it's supposed to be there. Unfortunately. I love the company that it came from, but it just does not look like it's supposed to be there, you know? So that's a thing for me as well. So for everyone that just heard that particular question, is that a way that you would like for a gym to be set up? Do you think that would help? Having truly locked off areas in case you want to shower or you want to get dressed in complete privacy. Is there something that you would want to suggest to make it a little bit better? If so, go ahead. I want your suggestions. I want to make and use every suggestion that we can come up with that's just going to work and make everything better for our community and make people just feel more comfortable. Even for those that are not of the LGBT community, but they're allies of ours and they want to come in, they want to support us and just be here for us, work out with us, whatever, they can come in. They're going to be comfortable. I've had even straight women come and tell me that they're not comfortable going to the gym because there's guys that look. Or even just straight women or straight men, they go into the gym and they're going into a locker room and they wish that they could truly just go into the shower, step into another little area in that same room and get change and put clothes on right there instead of having to go from the shower into a separate room because they're not comfortable with anyone seeing them yet. They're just not ready. So this question is truly for everybody. Just everybody may have a little bit of a different reason as to why. My next thing. Who fears going to the gym or just anywhere afraid of being harassed, whether it be sexually or emotionally or just getting hurt in general? That's another area that I've heard a lot of women, whether they're straight or they're lesbian or whatever, they're truly completely uncomfortable with going to a gym because there are a lot of toxic masculine guys out there, or just toxic masculine people, I should say, that they think that they can say and do whatever they want. They're going to come up to you and they're going to flirt with you and they're going to say some things that they shouldn't say. They're going to be checking you out when they shouldn't and just making you feel uncomfortable. They're saying things that are sexual and they're harassing you. Happens to guys too, so I'm not going to say that it doesn't. Happens to both, to females, to males, and to just everybody. It happens. So, that being said, is that a fear of yours? To get harassed, whether it's in a sexual manner or because you're just coming in and you don't necessarily know what you're doing. So someone's harassing you because of that. I ask this question because I want to eliminate that. I want to create a zero tolerant area where people can go and feel comfortable. They can go and they can get whatever they are needing in one little area. Well, it's not so little in my head. It's going to actually be pretty big. But they can go there, feel comfortable, do what they need to, make some friends. And if they have questions, they're not going to get made fun of for it. They're going to get their questions answered. That is my aim. For anyone that's going to go to this place, they know. If you know something, you see someone struggling, help them. Or even if they're doing really well, but they just have a little bit of need to do a little bit of something different just to perfect it, help them. The second that I hear, or any of my employees at some point when I have them, find out that someone is harassing in any nature, that's one strike. Hear it again, I want them to be out of there. Zero tolerance. It's what it's needed, because otherwise people are not wanting to go to the gym, including myself, because they are afraid of these things. I know a lot about when it comes with working out and everything, because I've done a lot of research. I know the way that I'm supposed to eat. However, the way I'm supposed to eat is very difficult on a tight budget. I'm learning on that part. That part's difficult. I also have a heart condition that's making me need to change my diet. So, I'm getting there. Like I said, though, I know a good deal, but there's still a lot that even I myself need to learn, even from all of the research that I have done. Things are constantly changing. Research is constantly being done by people that have a way broader knowledge than I do. So we all need to be open-minded. We all need to be eager to help. I want to create a safe space for that. For people to ask the questions that they need. For people to get to where they're needing to go. There's people that are overweight, but they want to get healthier, and they can't because they are so incredibly afraid of the people that are going to be in there. They're afraid to ask questions. They're afraid. They have anxiety. I want to just completely change that. My next one. Who of my listeners right now have anxiety going into an adult store? I ask this question because, especially for the transgender and gender nonconforming part of our community, there's a lot of people that need certain things, prosthetic wise and everything, that they can either only do it online or they can do it in an adult sex shop. And even then, binders pretty much only sold online. And yeah, we can measure ourselves and all that other stuff, but what if we're not doing it right? Or what if we just need someone's help? What if we're unsure still, even after that measurement? Or what if we want to actually feel that material or know if it's going to be good or not? Or same thing with prosthetics. Or just going into those stores. It gives me anxiety because I don't want someone to know sometimes. I mean, I'm putting myself out there. I'm letting people know that, yeah, I'm transgender. But for just to go into a place, there's a lot of times that people, as soon as they know, they no longer see you as a guy. And knowing that, knowing that that's a possibility of someone looking at me like that and thinking that way, that gives me anxiety. Bad, very very badly. Not only that, but my girl, she's gone with me a few times because she knows and she just wants to be there for me. But it gives her major anxiety as well because she's just that's not her kind of place. She gets very nervous. Just she's innocent, and I love her for her mind and the way her mindset is. It's adorable as heck to me. Hell, I love it. But I don't love that in order for me to feel a little bit better, she comes with me and now she doesn't feel very comfortable either. I want to create a place that's not adult sex shop oriented. I want it to be in the same store where you can go and get clothes. And no matter your age, as long as depending on your age, you have a parent or guardian or someone that can attest that it's okay for you to go and look at these. Because I know there's a lot of possibilities of parents just not being involved. So someone that's relative or something. I gotta get that part figured out, but I want to. Because then people can go to a actual physical location, go into a room that's separate from everybody else, look at what they need to, get what they need to, ask the questions they need to without being uncomfortable or embarrassed or anything of that nature. Those are some of the things that I'm working on putting into one place. It's needed. There's a whole lot more that's in my mind that I want to put all together because I have this mindset that the more that I can do, the more that I can bring into one place, the better. But unfortunately, I've got to start a little bit smaller than what's in my head. Just a little bit. And even just this scale it's big. But if I can get these responses from hundreds, hopefully thousands of people, then I can create a percentage of why this type of business is needed. If I can find out the numbers of how many people would actually go to a gym slash store like this or anything of that nature out of blah amount of people, that's gonna be gold for me as well. Especially if it's like 80 or 90% of 1,000 people that are saying, yeah, I'm totally gonna go. Doesn't matter what. It doesn't matter what other gym is around me. Because you are setting these standards, I'm gonna go to you. I've already had a few people that said that if this were to come through, they're coming to me, coming to my gym because of what I want to offer, what I want to have all together. So, those are my questions. Again, I apologize if I triggered anyone with the way that I worded things. If I did, jot a comment down. Let me know. Tell me how I can reword the question to make it a little bit better. If you have any other just suggestions of what I can try and put into this business, let me know. But above all, just if you can, answer those questions. and share the video. That share is going to be, we'll get to so much more, some larger group of people than what I'm going to be able to do with just my Facebook or my Instagram or anything of that nature. So I do appreciate it if you do in advance. If you do, like I said, share this video, and if you answer these questions. There also below will be my email that is specifically for this, nothing else, just for this, to answer your questions. And as I know there's going to be some people that would rather not do it down in the comments. Anyways, thank you guys. Bye.